Do you think you have what it takes to be a sniper? The harsh truth is that most people who try simply don't have what it takes. It's one of the most unforgiving roles in all of combat. Your ability to perform can mean the difference between life or death not only for yourself, but also for your squad mates. That's why snipers go through some of the most brutal training of all the armed forces. So today we're going to show you exactly what that entails. Welcome back to the channel. Selection. First off, before you even get to formal sniper school, you'll have to get through selection. This is where they weed out the candidates who aren't cut out for the job. There are two types of selections, one for those already in the service and another for those looking to join. For those already in service, they'll be taken from their unit and sent to a school for a week. They'll be taught the basics of marksmanship and then tested on their abilities. Those who pass will move on to the next phase of training. For those looking to join, they'll have to score high on the ASVAB and have some previous experience in the military occupational specialty. From there, they'll be sent to boot camp and then to a school. After proving themselves there, they'll be sent to selection. Once selection is over, they'll move on to sniper training, basic marksmanship 1, and then finally advanced sniper training. During selection, candidates are pushed to their physical and mental limits. They're deprived of sleep and food in order to test their endurance. They're forced to perform rigorous physical exercises and undergo extensive psychological testing. The goal is to identify those who have the mental toughness and physical capabilities required to be a sniper. Only the best make it through selection and become official sniper candidates. Basic marksmanship. Once selected, candidates start their first phase of sniper school, which is basic marksmanship. Here they learn everything about their weapon, how to disassemble and clean it, how to shoot it accurately, and how to use it effectively in different combat situations. They practice shooting in various positions, including prone, sitting, kneeling, and standing. They also learn how to adjust their firing positions to get the most accurate shot possible. Candidates are taught how to use their rifle's iron sights, but they're also introduced to more advanced optics like telescopic sights. They learn how to install, zero, and use these optics effectively, which is crucial for long-range precision shooting. Marksmanship training also covers firing techniques like breathing control, trigger control, and follow-through. This helps the sniper to reduce movement and improve accuracy when taking a shot. They also learn how to use cover and concealment to protect themselves from enemy fire while maintaining a good firing position. This phase is designed to give candidates a solid foundation in basic marksmanship skills, which they'll need to succeed in more advanced training and real-world scenarios. Range estimation. One of the most important things that a sniper has to do is be able to accurately estimate the range to his target. If he gets too close, he runs the risk of being detected. And if he gets too far, his shot may not be accurate enough to take down the target. That's why during sniper school, students are taught a variety of methods for ranging targets, including using a laser rangefinder, measuring the angle of elevation, and using a stadiometric rangefinder. They learn how to hold their breath and steady their aim to get an accurate reading. Once they've got their range, they need to know how to adjust their rifle's settings accordingly. This involves changing the elevation and windage settings to ensure that the bullet will hit the target at the right spot. This requires precision and attention to detail, as even the smallest adjustment can make a big difference. To help with this, sniper school students are taught how to use ballistic calculators and software programs to determine the precise settings needed to hit a target at a given range. These tools take into account factors such as the weight of the bullet, the caliber of the gun, and the shape of the target to calculate the exact settings needed for a successful shot. Range estimation and ballistic calculation are critical skills for snipers, and they must be practiced and refined over time. That's why sniper school is so rigorous. Students are constantly tested on their ability to range targets and adjust their settings quickly and accurately. Ballistics is a big part of sniper training. After all, A sniper's job is all about precision shooting. But ballistics isn't just about hitting the target. It's also about hitting the target with accuracy and consistency. That's why snipers are trained to understand the science behind ballistics, including the factors that affect a bullet's trajectory, like gravity, air resistance, and the spin of the bullet itself. This knowledge helps them to make small adjustments to their shooting technique and rifle settings to improve the accuracy of their shots. In addition to understanding the science of ballistics, snipers are also trained to use a variety of tools and technologies to improve their accuracy, like high-tech scopes and rangefinders. They learn how to set up and use these tools correctly, as well as how to interpret the data they provide. Ultimately, a sniper's ability to hit a target accurately and consistently is the difference between success and failure in a combat situation. That's why ballistics is such a critical part of sniper training. Camouflage and concealment. Camouflage and concealment are essential for snipers because they allow them to blend into their surroundings and remain undetected by the enemy. Without proper camo and concealment, a sniper's presence could be easily given away, putting themselves and their team at risk. In sniper school, students learn how to use natural materials like leaves, branches, and mud to create effective camo patterns on their uniforms and equipment. They also learn how to move through different types of terrain without making noise or leaving behind any telltale tracks or other signs of their presence. Snipers are often in remote locations for days or even weeks at a time, so they also learn how to build and maintain a concealed living area that provides them with shelter and allows them to operate comfortably. Proper camo and concealment can mean the difference between a successful mission and a deadly ambush. That's why snipers are trained to be experts in these areas. Fieldcraft. Fieldcraft is a big part of what makes snipers so effective. It's the stuff that allows them to operate in the field with little or no support from their base. This includes things like setting up an observation post, conducting reconnaissance missions, moving through enemy territory undetected, setting up an ambush, and communicating with their team. Snipers need to be experts in fieldcraft in order to stay safe and effective in the field. And that's why it's such a big part of their training. In sniper school, students are taught all the ins and outs of fieldcraft, including how to use natural materials to create cover and concealment, how to move through the terrain without making noise, and how to communicate with their team using special codes and signals. They also learn how to use maps, compasses, and other tools to navigate through unfamiliar terrain. Observation skills. Observation skills are a sniper's best friend. Being able to pick out details in the surrounding area is vital to a sniper's success. In fact, many would argue that it's the most important skill a sniper can have. Being able to observe and identify targets, as well as monitor the surrounding area for any sign of danger, is what allows snipers to take the perfect shot without being detected. Snipers need to be able to see clearly both during the day and at night. That's why they train with a variety of optical devices, including telescopic sights, night vision goggles, and thermal imaging sights. In addition to developing their eyesight, snipers also need to develop their ability to concentrate for long periods of time. Sitting still in one position for hours on end while scanning the horizon for targets can be mentally and physically exhausting, but it's a skill that snipers must master in order to be effective. In sniper school, students are taught how to develop their observation skills through a combination of classroom instruction, practical exercises, and real-world scenarios. They learn how to use binoculars and other optical devices properly, as well as how to scan an area systematically to ensure that nothing is missed. They also learn how to recognize different types of targets and how to assess the risks involved in taking a shot. Wind and weather. Snipers need to be aware of the wind and weather conditions at all times. Wind can affect the trajectory of a bullet, making it harder to hit a target. Weather can affect a sniper's visibility and make it harder to remain camouflaged. That's why snipers are trained to use a variety of tools to measure wind speed and direction, as well as to forecast the weather. They learn how to read cloud formations, animal behavior, and other signs to predict upcoming changes in the weather. Snipers are also taught how to compensate for wind and weather conditions when taking a shot. This includes making adjustments to their rifle's settings and to their breathing and muscle control. In addition to understanding the science behind ballistics, snipers are also trained to use a variety of tools and technologies to improve their accuracy, like high-tech scopes and rangefinders. They learn how to set up and use these tools correctly, as well as how to interpret the data they provide. Ultimately, a sniper's ability to hit a target accurately and consistently is the difference between success and failure in a combat situation. That's why wind and weather are such a critical part of sniper training. Students are constantly tested on their ability to compensate for these conditions quickly and accurately. Use of optics. Optics are a sniper's best friend. They allow a sniper to see their target more clearly and accurately, giving them the edge they need to take the perfect shot. That's why snipers are trained to use a variety of optical devices, including telescopic sights, night vision goggles, and thermal imaging sights. They learn how to install, maintain, and calibrate these devices properly, as well as how to use them effectively in different combat situations. Snipers are also trained to recognize the strengths and limitations of each type of optic and to use them accordingly. For example, telescopic sights are great for long-range precision shots, but they're not as useful in close-quarters combat. Night vision goggles, on the other hand, are perfect for operations that take place at night or in low-light conditions. Team coordination. A sniper doesn't work alone. They're part of a team, usually consisting of a sniper and a spotter, but sometimes larger. That's why teamwork and coordination are such an important part of sniper training. In fact, many would argue that a sniper is only as good as their team. That's why sniper schools place a strong emphasis on teaching students how to work together effectively. This includes developing clear communication protocols, learning each other's strengths and weaknesses, and practicing coordinated movements. Team-building exercises are a big part of sniper training, allowing students to develop the interpersonal skills necessary to work effectively as a team. They also learn how to delegate tasks and responsibilities based on each team member's strengths. This ensures that everyone is working together efficiently and effectively toward a common goal. The ability to work effectively as a team is what allows snipers to be so effective in combat. By working together, snipers can accomplish more than they could ever hope to achieve on their own. Now, if you want to learn more about some of the most famous snipers in history, check out this video here. And don't forget to mash that like button and subscribe.